Hello, hello everyone. It's time for another art stream. I just realized I forgot to open the doodle page, so we gotta run back and do that. Run back, get the doodle page. Get it. Where is it? There it is. We have this on hand in case doodles pop up. Put it over there for now. For the time being, I'm gonna try and get through more character shading on this dang Eldritchrune part, which has been taking a good amount of time. I thought I would finish it this week. I have not. So we're gonna keep at it. And probably will not be able to finish it today either, because I've still got like a ton of effects and stuff to do. But we'll see how far we can get. We are in the shading stage now. At least all the lines are down, all the fills are down. It's just a matter of shading everything, which is time consuming in of itself. And again, I still have like a bunch of effects to do. Hello, thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. Hope your Sunday's going well so far. It's nice and cold as it should be, and I got my Christmas tree up. And the house is clean because I spent all yesterday cleaning. It sucks because no time drawing, but at least the house is clean. That's fine. Parallel play, that's what it is. We all draw together. I know, I usually will also be drawing when I'm watching somebody else drawing. Hello, thank you for coming. Again, hope your days are going okay. Because they're getting cold. Aha, double drawing. All the way across the sky? As it goes? Oh, they're on a separate layer. Yes, we're in the shading stage now. I'm like, well, even then I have to go back and do like other kinds of shading. I'm like doing the basic shading right now. And then we gotta go back and do other stuff, like all the black parts for Ralsei, because he has like special shading on him, and usually the eyes are all a different color to make them stand out. Stuff. And then I got a ton of stuff to do on Tenna, because he has a bunch of effects on him that I have not drawn in yet. I still have to do like this one panel too. It's going to be kind of annoying to do. Yeah, I'm not sure how many people stream early morning, at least according to their time zone. But I am a morning bird. Ooh, doodle request. Okay. Kabu from Bug Fables. Let me see if I can't just search that real quick and see if it comes up. Because sometimes a Google search will just do it. Let me check. Or DuckDuckGo rather, because I'm trying not to use Google so much. Images. Can I... No, that's small sprite sheet. Can we make it bigger? Okay. Let's see. Now that. Come on. Oh, so that is an early stream, yes. Okay, back to the doodle page. Woo! No pose in mind. I'm doing a cute little guy. Alright, let's put them over here. It looks kind of Hollow Knight-ish character, but obviously not Hollow Knight. It's because it's a little cute bug. Maybe like Kamen Rider kind of style thing. Which I've not seen Kamen Rider either, but I see that cross my dash from time to time. I go do little black stuff in his face to hide that. Oh, cute. I'm very heroic. Let's see. I got that, and then we'll go and do a little shading on this part. Actually, let's just cover that up, and it'll be easier to do the eye with white. There we go. Yeah, Common Rider stuff. But this is not Common Rider, this is Bug Fables. Very cute. Yes, Bug Fables. This is... There we go. I did it. Thank you for the request. We're filling out the page. Slow but sure. We're doing it. Well, thank you. It's nice to... We're getting closer to finishing the page. Someday it'll be done. What is Bug Fables 4? Wasn't that on like an Xbox or something? Am I crazy? Like I know people talk about Bug Fables, but I know nothing about it. Multi-platform, okay. Now it's on Steam and Switch. Okay. My association with bug game stuff is this game that I think came free with my iMac when I was young. And it was also about bugs. You played as like a roly-poly guy. You could roll around. And like you had to fight a bunch of ants and bees and ride on a dragonfly and all this stuff. It was very elaborate. Actually very difficult to do. I'm trying to remember what the name of the game was. I know I probably had talked about this before. Oh, it's like Paper Mario style? That's cool. I mean, people like Paper Mario, so I imagine they would like that too. Well, there's a difference between, like, you know, bugs in real life and bugs in video games. And some people like both, and some people only like the video game version. It's kind of funny how, like, easy it is to make bugs cute in art. We seem to have like all these phobias, like, bugs are scary looking, bugs are ugly, but not that hard to turn it around into something we find appealing. I like bugs okay, but I prefer if they were not in my house. But I'm not scared by a lot of bugs. Again, I don't like scorpions. I don't like centipedes. But like spiders, that's fine. I'm not as scared of a spider. Yeah, roaches are not fun to have in your house. Although I guess, like, objectively, they're not the worst bugs in the world. Like, I'd rather have roaches than bed bugs or termites. I did have termites in my house once, and that was really unfun. Like, roaches are pretty much what if mice were bugs, as in, like, they eat your food pretty much. But bed bugs and termites destroy your property. Ugh. Okay, we'll do popping over. Actually, no, I think I know which. This is Chris's shading. The Fly. I've never seen The Fly. Any versions of it, not the Jeff Goldblum version or the original version, whichever one. I have not seen The Fly. Oh, I was thinking about the movie. You're probably talking about something else. I haven't played Breath of Fire either. I haven't done any of those things. Oh, Chris shading. They're not just in the shading. I'm gonna put more on top later, but this is like basics we gotta get down. Basics of the basics. Oh, Chris is having a nice time now. Surely nothing will go wrong. Surely nothing bad will happen. But in general, poor Chris. They're going through a bunch. I don't understand this sentiment I've seen around of like, oh, I hate Chris. I'm going to beat them up when I get the vessel. I'm like, they're a teenager. What's wrong with you? Why are you beefing with a fictional teenager? And sometimes maybe it's just joking, but some of it seems like sincere. Like, get behind me, Chris. They can hit me with a hockey stick all they want. It's fine. I'll be fine. Giant fish egg. Ant egg? I actually don't know what ant eggs look like. They probably look very, very tiny. And very squishy. Actually, probably depends on the ant, too. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. So we're doing shading on this part of this comic. Is taking me forever. It's so long. I hope people like it. Please like. You all like the funny TV man. Well, now he's a funny TV ant. And not a TV, because TVs don't exist. Funny Ant-Man and not the Marvel superhero. Different one. I gotta shade Ralse as well on this page. Yeah, like if you're doing the weird root, yeah, Chris is justified in kicking the crap out of you. But no, it's not just weird root stuff. It's like normal stuff. Like, oh, Chris is a traitor. Chris hit us with a hockey stick. I'm like, grow up. You're a person. They're a video game character. Cut them slack. They're a neurodivergent teenager. And also the only human in a monster town. I don't care if they hit me with a hockey stick. It's fine. I mostly thought it was funny. Tom and Jerry-ass shenanigans with the soul. Get good, idiot. Get better at dodging. Heck, if you're bad at it, then you can sit and get more dialogue from the lesbians. Which I did not do. Fool that I was. In my first playthrough. You gotta sit and listen. Yeah, seriously. Like, they're the one taking damage. Why are you acting like this has personally hurt you? Because it hasn't. And that's part of the problem with Chris, is that they're so self-destructive. I'm like, no, you don't have to beat yourself up, literally and figuratively. Yeah. Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Whatever. I don't care. We're gonna come back to this later. I ain't gonna undo all that. You're on the color layer now. Goodbye. As long as the black is on a separate layer. Yeah, that's the way to do it. You just like, oh, I'll just hover in the corner and listen. But yeah, I think like if you check on Chris's health after, you know, the whole hockey stick thing, like they're down 1 health, hitting the soul with the hockey puck, like hurt them. Like, poor kid. Well, yeah, it's true in the weird route and in the normal route. Chris hurts themselves, but yeah, if they do the crash out in the bathroom and, you know, stomp the heck out of the soul, they take 10 HP damage. Yeah. Well, they're only hurting themselves. Which is probably a problem. Probably, but I imagine the hockey puck would hurt a bit more than the chalky milk. Like, that's a plastic bottle. But, the hockey puck would probably hurt more. And the hockey stick. Although I guess that also depends on how it goes. Because either they throw the chocolate bottle at you or they just kind of ultra fast reflexes grab you out of the air. Like, yep. Oh, I wonder what the coding is on that. Wherever you are in the room, Chris will get you. Okay, we're on to the next page, I think. Chris's gamer reflexes. We do know they have ninja gamer reflexes. That's true. They caught the apple Susie threw at them. Ninja moves. Alright, we are gonna have to do shading, funky shading on this later to be like this is inside a capsule egg looking thing. Eggy. What are capsules but toy eggs? That's one of those gotchi ball things. Yep, Chris has gamer reflexes. That's why they're so good at the piano. Well, probably not, but you could tie those together if you wanted. Yeah, they have been in there for various amounts of time. Some longer than others. Ooh, butterscotch cinnamon pie. That's so good. I did get an apple pie for myself. I gotta cook it still. I'll do that tonight. But I've some friends have made butterscotch cinnamon pie and it's really good. Tasty, tasty stuff. Like, no wonder it's Chris's favorite. Player, cough. Have you actually had butterscotch pie? Please. Get my favorite right. How'd you get that one wrong? I felt so bad when I got those questions wrong because I rushed them. Like, oh, it's got to be chocolate. Oh, it's got to be Yoshi. And Susie makes fun of them for getting the answers wrong. I'm like, no, it wasn't their fault. It was me. I'm the dumbass. A double dumbass on me. I'm the one who doesn't know what they're talking about. You are smart. Yeah, the pie does make sense. I think the reason why a lot of people defaulted to chocolate was... Yeah, the Yoshi one was definitely a gotcha. I think the reason why people defaulted to chocolate was Chris, you know, stealing chocolate kisses from Toriel's room unless she locked it, sort of thing. And also they like hot chocolate. Just like me, for real, for real. Do we have to use that word, Gooner? Also, I don't know so much it became that as he became a teenage boy. Oh, hey, appropriate music. With his new favorite character. He was embarrassed about liking the dinosaur, though. Oh, damn it. Wait, what? Unintentionally correct. But yeah, the Yoshi thing was totally a trap. I remember he liked the green dinosaur. It's like, no, you fool. There was information you didn't have. Reminder, you actually don't know everything about this kid you're playing as. In fact, there's a lot you don't know. That's true, that's true. But yeah, I think it is, like, Asriel just becoming a, college age boy. So now he's interested in girls, although that kind of implies no Arrow Ace Asriel, which makes me sad. I want some Arrow Ace rep, please. I guess that could still be Chris, actually. They're still part of the Cruziel Polycule, though. Even though they're Arrow Ace. That's allowed. That's what I say. Oh, the Smash Brothers character. Well, which Smash character is supposed to be referencing again? Because, like, obviously, Green Dinosaur's Yoshi, Blue Penguin is like Waddle Dee, I guess, and I'm trying to remember what the other one was. You were right. No, he grew out of Yoshi. Yep, there are pop-ups for humans for monsters in your areas, or monsters for humans in your area. There's DDD, Purple Dinosaurs. Oh, probably Ridley. That's right. Sword Magician, either Robin or Pyrrha. Okay. I guess those would be human-esque characters too. Or Lucina. I need to catch up on Smash. I haven't played since, like, Brawl. So I have to be somebody who uses a sword but is also used magic. My first thought is, like, Zelda, but I guess she doesn't use a sword unless she's Sheik. No, she actually doesn't use a sword or Sheik either, so. Alright, humanoid. You really gotta wonder how some certain pop culture plays to a community, like, that's, human and monster. Yeah, there's a lot of deep cut references I don't understand. I guess, especially in regards to, like, the half-human thing. Somebody, I don't remember who it was, somebody brought up, like, hey, they mention the movie Beauty and the Beast twice in regards to Asgore, and it's like, okay, assuming that, Beauty and the Beast is exactly the same as it is for us, and that, it's a fairy tale with the, that we know, how is Beauty and the Beast gonna play to, like, a world that has both humans and monsters when the story is a human gets turned into a monster and then, like, they has to fall in love with another human before he gets turned back into a human? Like, how would that story make monsters feel? I feel like that'd be kind of weird. Oh yeah, Garrison is Smash lore. Isn't Alvin technically Smash lore too? Like, there was another Smash player that named Alvin? My main has always been Yoshi and Smash. I haven't played Ultimate though. I should try. I want to try other characters. I want to try, like, I want to try other Pokemon. I kind of want to see how, like, either Banjo-Kazooie or Duck Hunt play. Yeah, the Beast form is still hot, and people are like, give me back the Beast. Why did he turn back into a human? That's dumb. What, human and monster can't have a romance together? Okay, that's what I thought. That Garrison, Boom, and Alvin are all Smash competitive players, which is very funny. Yeah, I have to try Sora at some point in Smash just for the sake of it, because Kingdom Heart. Oh, really? He's kind of broken, huh? Maybe that's the only way I'll be able to beat my brother. Good grief. He always kick my ass in Smash. It was Super Boom Fame and Garrison were the players who turtled. Oh, okay, so they're basically just, like, shielding a lot. That's so funny. That's so funny. Well, I'll make those into turtle monsters. Well, I would need to get Smash Ultimate first. I don't have it. I haven't played it. Oh, it's pretty floaty. Well, I mean, like, I like playing Yoshi because Yoshi's pretty floaty. Okay. I would like to give him a try, though. Even lighter than Isabelle? Yeah, I could try Isabelle, too. So many different characters I haven't tried. I played Smash a ton when I was younger, but that was all, like, either, like, the original Smash or Smash Melee. That's the reason why I like Yoshi. I like Yoshi's weird jump. Instead of, like, having to do, like, a 1, 2, 3 jump, I like the fact that I can just one, and then his second jump is, like, really long and kind of more controlled. Yeah, he's got good air control. Like, I always found it, like, easier to recover when I'm Yoshi than when I'm with most other characters that have, like, a third jump, which is their B up. I'm surprised they haven't ported more Kid Icarus. I should try Ness or Lucas now that I've played some Smash. My brother would also always play as Ness and kick my butt with Ness. And I'm pretty sure he hasn't played Earthbound. I'm like, I should be able to play Ness now. I've actually played Earthbound. I actually know what all these moves are for. PK Thunder. And then Sans came along. They are pretty unorthodox. I mean, I guess the question is, who would you consider an orthodox fighter? I guess a lot of the Fire Emblems, maybe Mario and Luigi. Mario, yeah. That's his whole deal, is being orthodox, though. Lynx, Samus. Okay, yeah, Lynx pretty orthodox. Luigi not orthodox. Okay. He does like the whole kind of sideways move or whatever. Although, doesn't Peach do that too? Am I crazy? I probably don't know what I'm talking about because, again, it has been years since I've played any Smash games. Now I want to play Smash. I should have put that on my Christmas wish list. For the Switch, because I don't have a Switch too. And probably won't get one anytime soon. I'd also like to try and play as Bowser, but it was always difficult because he's so heavy that, you know, you get knocked off enough, it's hard to recover. I just like me a cool lizard. Cool lizards are cool. I have a type and it's badass lizard. Yeah, that is the one thing that holds me back from Bowser, is that because he's so heavy and slow, it's hard to maneuver with him. Oh, okay. They have him kind of standing upright instead of kind of bent over. I would try Greninja. I've tried Lucario because Lucario was in Melee, I think, and I liked Lucario. But I'd be willing to try Greninja because I actually do like Greninja. That's one of my favorite starters. Okay, that's the more doable. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Lucario was in Brawl. That's correct. I tried Mewtwo as well, but I always kind of preferred Lucario over Mewtwo. I think Lucario is a bit more grounded. I imagine Sephiroth would be interesting to play as. Ah, sheesh, arm. Oh, I gotta stop soon. Okay, as soon as we finish the shading on Chris here, we will stop for our stretch break. And Chris is having a nice time for now. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last Smash game I played was Brawl. I never played Ultimate, newest ones. I got to at some point. I like Smash. Again, I played a ton of the original game on the N64 when you had 10 characters max. Now there's every character, all of them, all the time. So a bunch of new guys I should try. Okay, we shall return to this in just a second. Actually, I think I need to put a different shade on the flashback characters there. We're changing colors to show flashback. But in the meanwhile, stretch. Ugh, I didn't use my wrist at all yesterday for drawing, but it still feels a little bleh. Maybe I overextended it doing exercises yesterday. I didn't even draw yesterday. I just did chores. I just scrubbed my tub. Dusted my surfaces. Swept the floor. I did get through one of my library books, though, and started another one. Well, I'm probably gonna have to borrow it twice because it's 21 hours for that audiobook, and there's no way I'm gonna finish that in the allotted time. Well, hello. I did not celebrate Fluxgiving this year, at least not yesterday or this weekend, because I am in Canada, and Canada does not have Thanksgiving in November. It has it in October, and I already did it then. Instead, my family and friends just sent me all these pictures of, like, really nice food they were having, and I was like, I'm jealous. I'm having leftovers today. That looks really good. But it's fine. I got myself a pie. I will make it tonight. Just gotta remember to have enough lead time to put it in the oven. I got one of those, like, pre-made frozen pies, because I can't make a pie. I would suck ass at that. Also, like, my kitchen is really small. I do not have the room to, like, bake a lot of stuff, which kind of sucks. I could get one nice thing might be a bigger kitchen, more space to cook things. I can make, there's just barely enough room for me to make meals for myself, and that's about it. Not room for fancy baking. But other people in this apartment complex have like kids, and I can smell people making food all the time, so they must manage as well. I always smell like really weird things that I can't really identify in other people's apartments, and like there's a lot of immigrants in this neighborhood, so there's probably dishes that I'm just not familiar with. So I can't recognize them. Ooh. It's kind of nice that people are like actually cooking on their own instead of just all takeout all the time. I get it like once a week, and that counts for like 2 or 3 meals. Otherwise, I cook for myself. And now I stretch, and I'll be right back for one more stretch. picking up that thing? Okay. Alrighty, I return to continue on our journey. Well, I guess for get some water. Ooh. For a Thanksgiving treat, I did give Alfie's a bite of banana, which is her favorite treat, and she loves banana. It's so funny. Like, she'll just be kind of, staring off into whatever the way, reptiles do, where their eyes are not really focused on anything. And then as soon as I put banana in front of her, just, whoop, her eyes immediately focus on it. She's like, oh, banana. And then grabs it for a bite. But then, of course, my hands still smell like banana after I've given her the piece. So she's looking at my hands like, is that more banana? Can I test it? It's a special Thanksgiving treat. Susie, your hair is always a pain in the butt to shade. Well, all of their hair is. Actually, I don't have to complain too much about Susie. Birdley's the worst. Let's see while his theme song is going. I need to do some shopping for a family later, but I need more ideas for what they want. I still have Black Friday stuff here too, though, which is actually kind of annoying. Please, none of that. Don't need to export that holiday. Please buy our stuff. I forgot that there was a version of Your Best Nightmare with this. This is a good remix. It's just like, oh no, our Chris has been capsuled. Capsule captured. Capsule captured. I can't stick those two words together. Man, when I first played Chapter 3, I was stuck in the stupid capsule forever because I did not figure out for the longest time that you're supposed to do, like, turn off the TV in order to, like, end that segment. And I just kept getting thrown into that battle over and over again. Like, what am I doing here? I was a dummy. So sometimes I'll get stuck in, like, the dumbest places. Or in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, obviously. They literally set up the idea for that by saying, what's this button? Don't use it. Don't turn this off. And then just failed to notice that one of the options was, you know, turn off the TV. I know. I was told multiple times. I did not listen. I figured it out eventually, but it took me way too long to figure that out. Way longer than it should have, anyway. But usually on my first playthrough, there's a bunch of stuff I missed, which makes me sad. I wish I could get everything the first time, but I've come to accept the fact that I'm not good at tracking down secrets and it's stuff on my first go through. People will have to explain to me, no, go and do this. Oh, yeah, eggs I cannot find. Especially, like, again, the Chapter 3 egg. I don't know how you would find that on your own. That's a convoluted series of events. Chapter 4 seemed a little bit more doable. I was, again, just an idiot, and I passed over that section where, you know, you go and find the egg. But I don't know how you figure out Chapter 3. And I think I still, like, even though I finally have files where, like, I beat the night and stuff, I think I still miss the moss on Chapter 3, which is sad. Because that's, I guess, like, you know, skippable area where if you do it in the wrong order, you can miss the moss. But even, like, the secret bosses I usually can't find the first time. I guess I did find Chapter 3's bosses, I just did not beat, I could not beat Eran. So I couldn't beat the knight. It's a metaphor. But even like Chapter 1 and 2's eggs, you can kind of stumble across if you're lucky. Chapter 3, you really have to kind of know what you're looking for. Yeah, I felt really weird doing Sword Root, because I'm like, why are there all these references to the Weird Root? I have never done the Weird Root. I don't have a file of it. What are you doing, game? And it turns out it was just an instruction manual. Which, Shadow Mantle Holder Eran, why are you giving us Weird Root instructions? Why are you doing that? Yeah, Red X is wild. That one was a little crazy. It's like, okay, you have to enter a battle against this specific enemy. Note that this specific act has the red X when normally it does not, and then move left from it. That was good grief. I hope Chapter 5's is a bit more doable to locate now that we know there's a wheat field or whatever going on. Yeah, I mean, it's clear, like, how Sword Root is, again, Weird Root instructions, which would have made a lot more sense if this had all come out at the same time and maybe people would rush through and not tried Weird Root first. Is killing Zoo gonna ruin my pacifist? Yeah, that's what you're thinking. It's like, why do I have to kill these guys? No. Hello, thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. I do find it very interesting how Ram is like, oh, you know, Chris, you're railroaded so much in tennis game, but the real game gives you freedom. I know that's what you want. And then the real game is just like, you can kill enemies. That's all you can do. You can kill enemies. You have no choice but to kill enemies. I'm like, is that really freedom? Makes sense. It's fine when it's 3 layers deep. Okay, so I can see this. Yeah, it's an encouragement for you to try things a second time. I mean, yeah, that everybody talked about freedom. That's why everybody was like, oh, Ram was going to be the secret boss because he keeps talking about freedom, and then he was not. He was just a sad little plug guy. I do think that this, at least doing the sword route, was the thing that tipped Chris off to being like, oh, the thing possessing me is playing a video game. Oh, kind of thing. If they did not already know that would definitely confirm it. Des was late to work and couldn't corrupt someone. My life is like a video game. Damn it. Yeah, Ram seems to have a lot more, like, fondness for playing with Chris than Chris does, but I don't know, maybe Chris just hasn't expressed that very much. I will say it's not like people be like, why was Chris playing with, like, a plug outlet? I'm like, it's not that unusual. Especially when I was a kid, like, you know, we would turn anything we wanted into toys. Like, we would use our actual toys, but we would also, like, if those were not available or just, like, you know, our imaginations went somewhere else, we're like, this is a person now. I remember we had, like, this whole elaborate backstory for, like, one dinosaur checker piece. It wasn't like any of the other checker pieces, it was just this one. Has this elaborate backstory. So at least a lot of the stuff I've seen from Eldritchrune is kind of neat for me, because I'm like, oh, this reminds me a lot of how I would play with toys as a kid. The whole thing, oh, you know, you had, you know, Tenna, or, you know, Tenna was in the center and Queen versus King, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, that's the kind of thing I would have done with my little brother. There you go. One of my characters realized they're in a video game. Was it worth it? Exactly. Imagining an object to have personality. That's the power of imagination. And again, I still don't think it's a thing of like, oh, Chris realized that their world is a video game. Like, I don't think it works like that. I think they realized, oh, I am being controlled by someone playing a video game. The demon was a gamer all along. Ah! No, John, you are the gamers. Yeah, I have appreciated Toby talking about, like, you know, old stuff from his childhood. I'm like, I did that as a kid. Will that meta element of plot be determinant on beating sword route or not? I don't know. Oh, that's cute. Glad they want to draw your character. Let's see. Right, we're switching it up. Turn on the filter. So we'll put that one on that. Well, that'll be cute. I'm sure they'll have fun with that. Alright, we are... Let's turn on the background all the way for this. Base. Okay. It's now we're in flashback mode. We gotta change the color on that. Ugh. Although we'll get back to the other page. I gotta fill out that other one. We're moving along. I don't know. I'm not sure. Again, I do remember when I was a kid, we would play with things that were not conventionally... we did have conventional toys, and we used those a lot. But we would also... oh, wait, no. Go one layer deeper. But we would also take things that were not conventionally toys and, like, give them personalities and stuff like that. At least when I saw that, I'm like, oh, this reminds me so much of how me and my brother would do stuff in our childhood. This rings true to me. Especially after chapter 1, like that felt eerily similar to like how I would play some stuff with my brother when I was younger. Yeah. Oh, I don't know how... Yeah, I'm not sure if there will be or not, because especially since... I mean, obviously it's possible to get the crystal without doing the sword route, but it seems like the intention is, yes, you have to do the sword route in order to get that crystal, because it's just really difficult to beat the knight without it. I definitely know I won't be able to do it. I'm gonna need that mantle to stay on Susie, thank you. No, it never got released on the Xbox. It's all of them except Xbox. I'm not sure why. I'm sure there's a reason why they haven't released it for Xbox, but I'm guessing Xbox has some port things that are a bit trickier to do. What's the difference in Sham's dialogue again? We'll fill this in with more effects later. Yeah, it sounds like it's more difficult to port it. Yeah, what's the difference in the... Because, like, I know he'll mention, oh, you found the Shadow Mantle. If you find the Shadow Mantle. That's understandable, too, yeah. Oh man, it might be. It really might be, yeah, for for Switch and PS4, yeah. So it would be kind of weird if, like, you know, it came out on like Switch 2 and PS5, but not those when the original chapters came out on that. That would be kind of weird. They're having childhood dreams again. Remember when you were happy, Chris? Okay, so it doesn't... I don't know if it's much of a narrative thing as much as like acknowledging, oh wow, you did it hard mode. You're really strong kind of thing. I'm not going to be able to... I'm not skilled enough to do that without the Shadow Mantle. It already took me so many tries to beat the knight. It's... Sorry, that's going to stay on Susie. I am not that skilled at dodging. Oh, thank you. I'm glad it's putting you in a productive mood. Good luck with the things that you have to do. Go forth and do them. You can do it. You can conquer them. Oops. Wrong thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if the mantle will be useful other places, because right now it's like, okay, that's useful armor, and certainly useful against certain enemies. But I'm not sure, like, is it going to be useful against the knight whenever we do an inevitable rematch? Make it mandatory, huh? Oh, that would be interesting. I think we'd have to encounter whatever ERAM is outside of like the game within a game. I'm kind of worried about how that's going to go. It is good against the Titan, yeah. I find it funny that, talking of, like, Shadow Crystal stuff, everybody was like, oh, you need to check out this Roots theory, it's really good. And I did, and I was like, okay, this is pretty solid, but I have, some things I don't agree with here, and here. Like, I don't know if this would work like this, if this would work like this. Some good ideas, but I don't 100% agree with it. And then I checked out one of the person's other theory videos, which was about what the Shadow Crystals are for, and I was like, oh, this one I agree with 100%. I'm like, this is the correct one. For a 10N Garrison star attacks. Oh yeah, that's true. I guess they both do have star attacks. Dark Star, though not Dark Star, just regular Star. I think I'm picking up the music a little too hard with my tuber. Oh well. It's up to you. You can draw whatever you want forever. No one can stop you. It doesn't defend against all of the knight's attacks. I'm trying to think. Okay, because basically we've got the directional stabs. Like, we've obviously got Dark Star attacks. That's, like, the first attack it does. And then also, like, its big attack is also Dark Stars. A lot of them seem like sword slashes. And then there's the Wind Blows one where it breaks the box apart. Like, what kind of attack is that considered? Is that also Dark Star? Or is that, like, sword? Like, what kind of attack is that? And then there's, like, sword circle, sword tunnel. A lot of their elements are just sword. All swords all the time. Oh yeah, it's up to you. I don't know. I thought you did Kin as like an Eldritch Beast for Eldritchrune. Hello, thank you for coming. I'm sorry you missed the notif. I'm pretty sure I posted them everywhere, but who knows. But thank you for coming. Because I'm working on shading. Chris is having happy memory time. Yay! Everything's fine for them. Yay! It's not fine. Didn't get the one from Twitch? Twitch? What are you doing? Twitch. Stop being a butt. No, these are just happy memories. None of them will be used for angst. None of them will make Chris feel worse when they snap out of it. At least no jars this time. Okay, I see. I mean, at least in terms of outfits. I'm pretty sure I'm getting all of these outfits completely wrong for, like, the time period, so... You don't have to worry that much about historical accuracy, because I sure am heck not. I'm pretty sure they didn't have, like, buttons, for example, or whatever they got going on with pants here. I have not studied it. Can you tell? Please do not come to me for historical accuracy. You will not find it. Dyed fabric for peasants? I'm actually pretty sure that, you know, peasants had dyed fabric. Now, they probably didn't have certain dyes, but, like, they weren't all wearing, like, you know, drab, brown clothes. Like, people would have had dyed stuff. I'm mostly thinking of, like, okay, would they have had... People have had buttons? Like, what kind of, you know, stitching would people have? And, more the technology of it rather than, like, the color. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the colors that were hard to come across were, like, purple. Gosh, what would have been, like, common dyes and what would have been uncommon dyes? I'm pretty sure, like, purple was considered a pretty uncommon one. But I'm pretty sure they would have had, like, you know, reds, greens, maybe blues. Maybe blue wasn't as common, I don't know. I mean, Toriel's wearing purple here, so I already failed in that regard. Wah, boing. She's wearing purple. She should not be wearing purple, so, you know. That's true. It probably depends on the place, the time. I mean, there's whole, like, centuries involved there. It certainly was not a monolith. Maybe blasphemy, but I do like from now on more than Rudebuster now, I think. Also, gray is just a really useful color for shading in general. In some ways, it actually helps some colors pop. And you add a bit of gray to things. It sounds counterintuitive, but it works. Alright, we're going to take our stretch break after I finish tutorial here. Yeah, grays work well for shading. My main thing for this universe is they don't have electricity, they don't have guns. But otherwise, technology-wise, again, probably does depend on... Depends on where you are, what time it is. It is kind of weird how, like, especially the further back you go, the more history just kind of gets flattened into itself. You really gotta, like, study it to be able to differentiate, like, okay, this time period from this time period and this in this region was doing this thing at this time. No, not the phone. The phone will not work. It'll be all garbage noise. Okay, it is, I think, my stretch break time, so let's do that while we continue to work on page 4. Forward we go. I'm ready to have this part done. I feel like I've been at it forever. I mean, I kind of got interrupted with stuff because I had a lot of work, and I finished that animatic. I wanted to do that. Plus, there was something else that came up. I'm like, good grief, it's been like 2 or 3 months. I want to get a part out. Ugh. At least before Christmas break. I think I'll do the Miss Mizzle fight next, and hopefully that will be shorter. Ye old water cooler of death. The scariest of horrors. It is, it is. It's supposed to be a scary thing. Carol wouldn't know about that. It'll be very interesting to see what we do with Carol in the future. Oh, I haven't seen JoJo. No, in this case it is a pool of water. Rather than a canteen. Still spooky though. Oh, isn't there like, I don't know, drag a person inside of a canteen or a water jug? Isn't that from like Journey to the West or something? It's probably shown up in a bunch of different myths. Yeah, Canon Carol is kind of terrifying, and I love that. Let's have us a good terrifying villain. I hope she gets to do some reprehensible things. Hope she gets to be scary. Like, still have, like, you know, understandable motives, because I think that is a given. Now, the thing is, you can have completely understandable motives and methodology and, you know, stuff like that, and still do terrifying things. It is possible. And actually, more common than you would think. Alright, I will be right back for one more stretch and orange juice and stuff. I return. There we go. man, I did my laundry yesterday. And, you know, you usually put stuff in the washer and it comes out damp, and then you put it in the dryer and stuff. But some of those things I'm still drying because yesterday one of the washers, when I pulled it out, the stuff was still sopping wet. It wasn't like damp, it was just like soaked. So it's taking forever to dry it out. You know what I kind of realized I should have had Chris doing more often that I haven't really had them do in Eldritchrune? I should have had them do stuff with music more. It's because I'm like, okay, I don't think they would have access to a piano in this universe. So if they didn't play piano... Oops, I forgot color there. So if they didn't play piano, like, what would they do to, like, express themselves through music? Like, I guess there's always... Yeah, a lute would be like a lute player. They could also sing. But it doesn't seem like they want to use their voice much, so I don't know about necessarily singing. Yeah, good grief. What would be like a common... I guess aside from a lute, what would be a common medieval instrument? And maybe a flute. I don't know why it feels weird to imagine them playing anything but the piano. Like, piano feels right for them. There gotta be other instruments they would be interested in. Certainly Des went through like a bajillion instruments before she's like, nope, guitar, but... You know, Chris liked the piano, but there's got to be some other instruments they would have liked, I imagine. Yeah, like I'm sure people own pianos, but I don't think pianos were very common in medieval times. Yeah, that would have been like a rich person thing. My concert in my... And even like, I wonder, like, when did the modern piano come around? Like, I imagine, like, medieval pianos would have been different in some way. What is the history of the piano? They had harpsichords. Oh, I know what Chris would have played. They would have played the hurdy-gurdy. Why didn't I give them a hurdy-gurdy? The hurdy-gurdy. I had a teacher once that played the hurdy-gurdy. They're actually apparently pretty complicated instruments. They take a bit of practice to play. You don't see them much anymore because not many people know how to play the hurdy-gurdy. Who up hurdying they gurdy? They spell it H-U-R-D-Y-G-U-R-D-Y. Hurdy-gurdy. That's a medieval instrument. The piano was based on the harpsichord and was made an extension capable of controlling the volume of the sound. That's where the name comes from. Piano means soft. Interesting. Okay, so harpsichord would have been first. I know it could be an announcement that people weren't cowards. More hurdy-gurdy players. Again, I knew one person who played the hurdy-gurdy, and that was like one of my animation teachers or whatever. He was just like a weird, like, eccentric guy. I think he taught us like history of visual effects or something, because he was like one of the guys that created the visual effect for like 2001: A Space Odyssey, where he's like going through the warp at the end, which was a very weird effect. And also he could play the hurdy-gurdy. Yeah, I guess Chris is whistling in that one part. Couldn't control the volume of a harpsichord. Okay. Gotta get the teens and kids onto playing the hurdy-gurdy. Exactly. You want to show off your skills? Try a heckin' hurdy-gurdy. Yeah, those things were quite difficult to play. Yeah, I'm sure grass flutes have been around for a while, since that's basically like, you know, a reed with holes in it. They probably had those in caveman times. I think my tuber might be a little bit too sensitive right now. Let's turn you up a bit. Okay. Back to it. My tuber's yelling out the music. My tuber. You picking up me now? Better be. Need to learn to play the video game sound effects. Gotta learn the theremin. Well, that was invented pretty. It's a modern one. Okay, then I guess how common were harpsichords in medieval times? Because those were probably pretty big, right? Yep, Chris gave Alfie's a spook. She got spooked and pranked. Get pranked, bro. Oh, I forgot to draw those one lines on, like that detailing on Alfie's dress. I gotta add that in. Good luck on the football game. Of course, whenever I hear Packers, I always think, Packers won the Super Bowl! Woo! Packers won the Super Bowl! All those jokes from that one MST3K episode. Giant spider invasion. Go Packers! Yeah, of course she still cares about them. Of course she does. Tops and scariest FNAF jump spoops. Alfie's like, I don't know what a FNAF is. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just saw the request. Santa Asgore. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yep, she does make Undyne feel a little guilty about it. Have I already done Santa Asgore? I don't think I have. No, I have not. I've done quite a few Asgores, but not a Santa Gore. Let's put him over here. She didn't intentionally make Undyne feel bad about it, but Undyne does feel bad about it. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have sacrificed that child and that child sacrifice with that colt. Am I out of touch? No, it's the child sacrifices who are wrong. But now the tables have turned and canon, she's the sacrifice. Oh, how the turntables have gotten the police. Oh, oh, oh. Just gotta do that. Merry Christmas. Evil baby Santa enters the chat. You sound like baby Santa Claus. In a badass way. That's such a good line. I mean, it could be, but I get the feeling that's pretty intentional. But we're gonna wait until next week to sacrifice them, not now. I don't know why we're waiting, but whatever. It's Carol's conspiracy. I don't know what's involved in it, except for probably resurrecting her daughter. Most likely. We'll say it does seem like Asgore is at his best when he's playing Santa. That was the role he was made to play. You do not do well as a king, sir. You are best suited to be a Santa. Ross, they do be like that. He's like, can you not read my instructions? And they're like, no. And he's like, oh, okay. No, you can't read my instructions. Well, fine. Asriel's like, I could have read the instructions. He actually could have. Alright. There's our Asgore Santa. Santagore. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Carol was doing, yeah. I'm pretty sure that whatever like self-hatred is going on with Chris, Carol's making it worse. And is doing so on purpose, to her own advantage. Their instructions are too lengthy. Yeah, again, I can't help feeling like there's some kind of like subtle human racism going in on there. Like, oh, you know, you humans, you can't help being violent, but I know you didn't mean it, Chris. You can make it right. And of course, Chris would immediately fall for that. No, this is Alfie's. She's the tutor. Chris is giving her a jump scare spook. Because they like pulling a prank. Yeah, they did it like a couple of times before they got to Chris. Yeah, no, it's Alfie's. You have to see the glasses and the big buck teeth, and her hair's kind of forming the spikes a little bit. Books everywhere. I know. I like how Snowy and Eldritchrune just like casual human racism, and Monster Kid's like, dude, Snowy, you can't say that. Snowy, why are you like this? I can't wait for the death of humanity. Although here in Eldritchrune, they're just Chris's weird aunties. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We got stuck in a tree again. And the funny thing is, Carol will still be like, nope, I refuse to admit I was wrong. And I was like, okay, then I bite your head off. Ah, my most of me. No. No more violence. That's the point of the game. We can stop the cycle of violence. We can do it. Yep. Carol is, if nothing else, very stuck in the past. Which is probably why she's getting along with Asgore okay and not getting along with Toriel very well. I do find it funny because I like in Paper Trail I had more like Carol and Torio were kind of getting along better, and then in canon, no, it's the opposite. Asriel always looks cute, true. Oh, I can't wait for us to finally see him in canon, please, sometime soon. Show us the boy! Show him to us. I know Chris doesn't want us to see him, but Chris, please. You can hit me with a hockey stick again, just let me see your weird brother. Even if he's a loser. I don't care. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. Oh, I'm certain that there is nobody who is irredeemable in Deltarune. Again, if Flowey is redeemable in Undertale, I'm certain that Carol is in Deltarune. I still want her to do some really effed up things, because I think it'll be fun. Is Friend? I don't know anything about Friend, so I can't say. I don't even know if Friend is like a bad guy. To me, like, Friend is like, I don't know what your deal is, and you seem kind of like neutral about things. Literally, we're calling him Friend. The continuity, I know. It's great when the continuity works out for you. Oh, doodle request. Susie eating a ham sandwich. Friend is an acronym like love. What would the acronym be? How can he be a bad guy if he is Friend? Okay, let's give her a ham sandwich. Fuck Rendu? That's I don't think that's how that works. Let's try that again. Give her a ham sandwich. All the negative feelings Chris has stored up. Yeah, we don't know what Friend's deal is. I still like the idea that Friend is basically a video game glitch. Or akin to a video game glitch. Basically, can be helpful, can be really bad or really good. It just depends, but still frightening either way. Okay. It helps us probably space them out a little bit. I think there's a cooldown on some of them. Good grief, it's hard to draw Susie if I don't put her head in place first. Oh well. Fear, resentment, isolation, neglect, depression. She looks a little weird here. Whatever. All the various fears. An electron that changed Dessa's Y position. Friend like you'll never catch me. I'm already 12 parallel universes away. My P speed. You can't match it. Good grief, her can't do her shoulder correctly. Friend's like, I'm the new speedrunner now. Okay, have a very awkward looking Susie, but she does have a ham sandwich. She's got it. She's finally Been unbanned from Ham Sandwich Day. Also, who the heck banned her from Sandwich Day? Who did that? Who? And roll credits, we did it. We solved Eldritchrune. We gave her a ham sandwich. Okay, but was Free Ham Sandwich Day in hometown or was that somewhere else? Like, is Free Ham Sandwich Day a hometown tradition? Or was she somewhere else and they, like, stopped her from eating ham sandwiches the same way that they were like, no, you can't play the piano? Everybody exit brunch and go home, yippee! We'll get you a new girlfriend, one that isn't banned from Free Ham Sandwich Day. I don't want a new girlfriend, Mom. I want that girlfriend. I think she resents Birdley because he's just the annoying jerk. Because you can't shut up about how smart he is, and it turns out he's not that smart, and he's really compensating. And she's like, "You don't have to talk about how smart you are all the time. It's actually kind of annoying. You can. It's okay to not be smart." If we unban the dragon, there'll be no ham left. Ham! Every day with you is Free Ham Sandwich Day. And Noelle will be like, that's the most romantic thing I've ever heard. Kiss me now. How do lesbians flirt? Let's find out. They banned her from Free Ham Sandwich Day. They don't let her shake the vending machine to get food. Oh, that's so unfair. I'm like, Susie, why have people been mean to you your whole life? I'll kick their ass. Still worried that Phantom's going to turn on her whenever she inevitably does something that people don't like. Same way they are with Chris. I don't like Chris. How dare they act like a normal teenager? She's going to do something. She's going to do something that's perfectly understandable for someone in her situation. And because it's, like, you know, not perfect reaction to traumatic event or whatever, people are going to turn on her. Not me, though. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad you finished the line art. Get rid of lunch. I gotta get lunch too, because I gotta go out and do Pokemon stuff today. I hope it's ironic. I don't really understand ironic dislike, but I hope it's ironic. But on the other hand, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. What you say with irony today, you do with sincerity tomorrow. That's one of my mottos. Irony will become sincerity. I guess the closest one that can give Chris a hug is Noelle, and even then, it's still Frosty. No, you don't want to hug the half of Caddy that's void, otherwise that's going to be bad. I guess Jockington could kind of give the snake hug. It might be a little too squeezy, though. Bit too squeezies. Well, also, especially that Chris doesn't mind the cold, and then especially when they were like, oh, thank goodness I'm gonna ride on Noelle for a while, was like after dealing with the parasite with Susie, which was extremely, extremely hot all the time, so cold fur is like, oh, thank goodness, yay. Oh, in chapter 3. Are we talking about the when they go out into the cold place? Oh yeah, the cold doesn't bother you anyway. That's true. That's true. Or is that more of a Frozen reference? I guess it could be, you know, both. That is true. Yeah, you're right. When they go to the cold place. Susie is bothered. Chris, not bothered. They're a fall winter kid for sure. They might be bothered by cold because of Snowgrave though. Susie lizard propaganda. I guess dragon would still count for that. I guess it depends on like. Do you think dragons have like reptile physiology where they get cold too easily? Or do they have like internal heat? Is your Eldritchrune dark world? I would say it's cold very often, yes. Very dark, very cold. It's not a happy, sunny place. Alright, no problems with lurking. I've got to probably do a stretch break soon. Yeah, Noelle's got internal cold and Sue's got internal warm. Big hugs for Chris. Alright, I'll be going until noon, so you might be back before I'm done. Actually, let's not do quite that much. Do a big block of shading down there. Yes, this is while Chris is in Tenet and do Sleepland. It's the flashback page. Oh, flashbacks all the time. That's why the colors are different. This is flashback color, or dream color, or both. I don't know. Well, I did also introduce green, which is kind of like hallucination color. For all intents and purposes. Alright, I think as soon as we finish shading tutorial here, we'll take our stretch break and then come back for more. Oh, Ken Penders. What is he even doing nowadays? Is he still, like, drawing those weird aliens that do not look like echidnas at all? Oh, flashbacks all the time. We don't need to tell things in chronological order. Deal with it. Convention scene? Okay. I guess there's worse things to be doing, but, a little silly. All I know about that is that wild rights case. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to the rest. We still got a little bit of shading to do on these guys. Ooh. Oh, I'm glad that he's nice. Oh. Okay, stretch break time. Off the old comics attached to you? Well, you know, if you can do that, then you can do that, I guess. It is extremely funny that, what was it? Was it Archie or Sega got the rights wrong on that? Weird alien designs to avoid copyright. Copyright's such a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it is extremely useful for certain things. On the other hand, it can really screw you over. Archie didn't have copies of the original contracts. Archie, why didn't you do that? Oh, it didn't prove they had a work for hire contract. Okay, that's why. That is why it's important to keep a hand on the paperwork. Yes. That is a major oversight. Yeah, exactly. You can't do that. You gotta have it in writing. That's like rule number 1. Even I know that much. Honestly, if in the future I ever do like a long-term Deltarune fan project that I need like help on with like, you know, voices and sound and music and stuff, I probably will like write up some rudimentary contracts for people, just because in my experience it's good to, you know, protect both yourself and people you work with to have stuff in writing and not just, you know, do it all by word of mouth. But that is if I am like, okay, I am going to do like a long-term project that needs long-term help. Yeah, that makes sense. Jackass about it, but legally, no, that is true. You don't want to fudge that. You need to have it in writing. That is one of those rules that should not be broken, because as soon as you like start being, you know, fuzzy with that opens up a lot of problems. Okay. Well, in the meanwhile, we stretch. Well, here we are. They did not have their shit together, in fact. Their shit was all over the place. The opposite of together. I hope they at least learned a lesson from that and, you know, started taking better care of their filing and their paperwork. Their lesson was make Riverdale instead. Oh, no. For better or worse. and totally kill off. Why would they kill off Mega Man and Sonic Archie? Like, I imagine those brought in pretty good numbers. Both extremely. I don't understand. There's lots of business expenses I don't understand. Ugh. Make Riverdale. Alright, I will be right back for one more stretch and etc. turn. Oof. Oh, it ended in the middle of a flashback? Ooh, that's rough. Oh wait, did they do a comic tie-in with Unleashed, like the game? That would be interesting. Hello. Bring back my palettes. OBS, be gone. I know. Sheesh. Oh, Sherma Silk Song. Okay, let's look that up. I'm pretty sure I've heard that name before. Sherma Silk Song. Oh yeah, this little guy. This little guy. And that going ding 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 with the bell, right? Alright, Sherma Silk Song. Oh, Unleashed was a while ago too, wasn't it? Alright, we'll do bugs on either side here. A little bud. Wearing a little bell. Silksong does have very cute character designs. I'll say that. Just little bug guys. Look, I have a little bell to ring. And my own needle, I guess. Okay, there's a little guy. I'll pull him up a little bit. Thank you for the request. I got Sherma added in there. Sweet. Oh, very cute. I think that's a character you meet pretty early on, right? If I recall correctly. Nope, cannot use the brush tool because that's hidden. Extremely cute. They have like a toy of him now, or like a figurine? Alright, what is this? Let's pull it down a little bit. Exactly, let's just fill the page with little guys. I'm down with that. Oh, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Y'all are so cool. And it's fun chatting with you while I'm drawing this horrible cat demon. Actually, I have another scene I need to do with Sham at some point. And I'm actually kind of debating if I should do it before or after the Asriel scenes I gotta do because they reference one another. Yes, thank you again. I appreciate it so much. Mostly, I remember Sham's shop being a pain in the butt to do. That was a complicated area. This is my little shop. Ha ha ha. If the party fights Sham, not spoilers, no, they never fight them. Sham is happy to just exchange stuff. Yeah, it just depends on if I want the mysterious setup or not. If I want to build, basically, do I want to build suspense or not? Which sometimes it is fun to build some suspense. That'd probably also be the the one where Chris loses their finger, so I gotta figure out, okay, how would I have the losing the finger thing, because they gave one. Or actually, no, maybe they already lost it. Depends. Suspense is good. No, I guess it'd probably already be Chris already lost the finger. Because this would also be like basically when they get the purified crystal to go home. A reminder, Shami uses they pronouns. Or not. It's hard to tell. I think it might be black ooze in the middle there. Let's go back in there later. Power weapon for that there finger. Chris like, okay, sure. Why not? Suspense is good. We do like us some suspense. Actually, what, I was using this shade for the bubble. No, it's their left pinky. They'll be okay. Unless they're using their left pinky for trigger, which, something weird's going on there if that's the case. Yeah, we'll go back in there later with, more shading to make these actually look like bubbles. Right now I'm just trying to get down the basic shades. That's the basics. We still got so much to get through. Tana, your boss battle, honey. It's taking a while. I don't see. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever show Chris losing the finger. Just, it happened at a point. Ain't got time to do everything, otherwise nothing will get done. I've already done so much more than I was expecting for this story. In terms of, like, full comics. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do full comics for this. Oh, I guess I'm going to do a lot of them, though. Lose a ring finger, then a pinky? Huh. I'm actually not certain. Like, I wonder what would be worse to do. In RE4. I don't know. If you had to lose one finger, which one would you prefer to lose? Middle finger, ring finger, pointer finger, pinky finger. I feel like thumb doesn't count. Thumb's too important. It could be quite important, yeah. I wonder what the evolutionary benefits are having, like, 5 fingers over 4 is. Wait, do people draw Nightcrawler with 4 fingers or 3? Sometimes I feel like he's got like only 3 fingers, counting the thumb. Yeah, he's got like 2 really big fingers, and then he's got the thumb. But I guess they compensate for that by being like, okay, instead of like small ones, these are like really big ones with a lot of grip strength. I mean, I don't read comics as often as I should. I probably like, does he have 3 fingers or 4? I can't remember. I mean, the thumb is essential. You gotta have the opposable thumb, but I wonder how far by you can get in terms of fingers. Honestly, I guess I feel like what we would, more than like number of fingers, is you got to change like the length of them. Because I find it interesting that, like, okay, you know, Alfie's my lizard. She has 5 fingers, or, you know, five toes and fingers on her hands and feet. But their length is all different from the way ours is set out. Like, basically, at least on her feet, like, her, what we would call the ring finger on her feet is the longest one. And then her pinky finger on her feet is like a thumb. And then the shortest one is actually like where we would call the thumb. So it's kind of like a reverse thing. Ugh. And at least another problem I have with drawing anthrofractals, that the Fress, they have their thumbs on the outside of their hand as opposed to the inside of their hand like we do. And it's actually really difficult trying to remember, like, no, their thumb is supposed to be on the outside of the hand. It looks wrong every time I draw it, even though I'm the one that invented that. I'm like, no, these fingers are wrong. No, they're supposed to have their thumb on the outside. Yeah, basically the idea is if they're stuck in the bubble, then they're just, like, drained of their life essence over a very long period of time. The god of distraction and nostalgia feeds off of that. It's like, wait a minute, I have stuff to do. I have no time for a bubble. Now they're gonna be mad. No, you've made me really mad. I still haven't seen The Matrix 4. I guess I should sometime. From the sound of it, it sounds like an interesting thing. Basically, kind of commentary on, like, you know, how the studio was like, we need you to make more Matrix sequels. Even though they were like, no, we're done. Just, no, we need you to bring it back more, the nostalgia. The Legacy sequel, please, bring it back. But you can't go home again, even in the movies. And I remember when the original Matrix came out, that was such a big deal. Everybody in my school was talking about it. They use negative emotions to power the Matrix? A Monsters Inc. situation going on? We've powered the Matrix with our screams? Oh, Neo and Trinity, interesting. Specifically those two. Yes, that explains why they would bring her back after she died in the third one. Honestly, I kind of wish they had done more like animatrix stuff, like anthology things, you know, taking place in the Matrix universe, because those were really cool. I like anthologies. I like seeing, like, if you've got like a big sci-fi universe or fantasy universe, I really like it when people are like, okay, this is just a cool universe that we can, like, you know, play around in, tell stories in, so we're just going to do that. We're going to tell us some small stories that exist in this universe and explore different ideas you could have in this kind of situation. I always really like stuff like that. I love me a good anthology. Oh, tour dedicated to powering machine. That's crazy. Especially if humans are leaving the Matrix now, they can't use that for power as much. Yeah, that's what that would have been so good with Star Wars. Stop talking about the Skywalkers. Start talking about the billion other things you can do in this whole, like, alien universe that has, like, wizard magic. That's why people like Andor so much, is that it's like, okay, this is not about the Skywalkers again. This is about what are these ordinary people, how they're fighting the fascists. Like, that's cool. I remember reading, like, the... good grief, what was it? Yeah, it was like a Star Wars Visions or something. It was a comic anthology for Star Wars, and that was always, like, really fun. I love anthologies. Yeah, I need to see the second season, but I did like the first season of Andor. It's like, oh, I don't even need the space wizard stuff. Just like the political intrigue of, like, these ordinary people, you know, getting caught up in this big stuff is cool. Even the, you know, here's the regular everyday lives of these fascists, and their lives kind of suck too. That was cool. Huh. Everything went boom. Interesting. Second's my preferred. I'll see if I can't find it. I can't really access Disney Plus anymore. It went away. Maybe over the break. Then I'll have access to it. Oh, are we talking about second season of Andor or second Matrix movie? I did like the action in the second Matrix movie. It is true. I'm not very good at sailing though. I need some sailing practice. Yar har. That's why I'm reading Moby Dick right now, and I don't know how to sail. Oh, Andor. Okay. You should see The Matrix, too. That's at least the first one. And people like complain about the second and third ones. First one's really good. And see The Animatrix, because that's also good. But, like Animatrix had some, like, cool... you know, anthology shorts of like, hey, what if a bunch of kids come across a haunted house, and by a haunted house it's basically like a spot where the Matrix is glitching out, and so reality is kind of messed up. Or hey, here's a runner, you know, a sprinter or whatever in a competition who runs so fast that he like breaks the Matrix around him temporarily. Like, just cool ideas like that. I guess that is true. Like, the first movie does kind of open itself up to sequels. Even if it does, like, resolve all the plot points that were in it. Yeah, and I love anthologies, too, because I love seeing different animation styles. Like, I was trying to watch Love, Death, and Robots, and I'm like, oh, you know, animated anthology. I love that kind of stuff. It's been okay, but a lot of them have been like... And then there's this military gang, and they encounter a supernatural thing, and they all die horribly. And I'm like, that's not that exciting to me. I like some of the weirder ones. That is true. It was out in 1999. They were not doing as much sequel hook stuff. Chris is not happy anymore because they realized they were bubbled. And they're like, I did not sign up for this. I did not sign up to be bubbled. I didn't sign up for a lot of things, but you know. But yeah, I love seeing people like take an idea and take it in different styles. In animation, in comics. I've always been a big fan of anthologies. Also, I guess there's something else about anthologies that's a bit more low commitment. That's private. Stop looking at my memory. Robot Carnival? I need to do Tina's. I think actually all of Chris's stuff is on a separate layer, so we'll do that. Shoot, when was I supposed to take my break? I forgot! I probably should do it. No. When should I do my break? Actually, I can probably go a little longer. Yep, and done goof. Shouldn't have done that. As usual. Chris, now they angy. Yeah, that is wild how, independent animation digital circus stuff is in regular. So, but then again, I like digital circus, so I think that's cool that there's independent animation that's doing well. And I love independent animation. I'm glad it's doing well, but it cannot replace high budget animation entirely, because like animation is so time consuming. It takes so much people and time and money. You can't run it off indie budgets. Like we just couldn't fund it that way. We need both, basically. Yeah, it's fun. I've been enjoying excuse me. I've been enjoying digital circus. Probably helps I'm not like hardcore in the fan. I'm just like a casual enjoyer. Same with stuff like I'm really looking forward to more Knights of Guinevere. I really liked the first episode of that. That was good. Yeah, some people have been in the bubble so long they are dead now. It's like a mix of people have been there for a while. Chris is like, I ain't gonna be here long. I'm getting out. You can't hold me down. Oh, yes, please watch Knights of Guinevere. It's by Dana... Good grief, I'm forgetting her last name. She did Owl House. It's by the creator of Owl House. And it is very good. And also, it's commentary on Disney. Also, I should warn you, it's not really a kids thing. There is quite a bit of swearing. There is kind of some gore and violence in it. Mostly so far, it's robot gore rather than human gore, but there is a little bit of that thus far. So it is not intended for children. But yes, it's on YouTube. I think it's also on Netflix. Wait, no, Digital Circus is on Netflix, but it is on YouTube. At least the pilot is up now. They haven't done another episode yet. I think it's fun. Maybe it's because I'm not looking too hard into Digital Circus. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm enjoying these characters. These are fun. But I'm the creator is Gooseworks. They've been in the fan and 2020's internet for a while anyway, so that's kind of inescapable. You can't help sometimes, you're in the environment you're in. Yeah, I should watch Fear in some time. I'm working on Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, which is also really good. And I really should watch the next Benoit Blanc movie, because I love Knives Out and Glass Onion. I think since I missed it in theaters, but I think it's now on Netflix, so I need to watch the next Benoit Blanc mystery, because those are always really fun. I actually like Glass Onion more than Knives Out, personally, but... Oh, thank you so much for subscribing! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I super appreciate it. We'll add to those subscription points so that I can add more emotes in the future. Thank you. That's very cool. But yeah, certainly the thing I appreciated about Knights of Guinevere. Oh, well, thank you for being subscribed. Also, now you can avoid the ads. And I just realized I forgot to fill in this part of the character base. Ah! There we go. We fixed it. It's fine. I haven't seen that one. What was the last full animated series I watched? I mean, again, I was watching Love, Death, and Robots a bunch. And while I do like me an anthology, like, I don't know, I feel like the ones in Love, Death, and Robots that I liked were kind of few and far between. And some of them I just outright skip because I'm like, this doesn't look fun for me. I did like the one about the pool cleaning robot who was an artist. That was extremely cool. I like that one. I like the one about the farmers that have like mech suits and fight otherworldly demons. That was good. What else did I like? I did like the Fish Knight one. About the prehistoric ghost fish. That was cool. Alright, yeah, I'm pretty okay with like cartoon violence. Yes, prehistoric ghost fish. Basically, it's about like two like salesmen in like, I don't know, the 50s or whatever, that their car breaks down in the middle of the Southwest desert or something, and they're kind of stuck there because, you know, they can't really call out. So, you know, one salesman tells the other about, you know, this whole area used to be a an ocean, you know, millions of years ago, and then at night all these ghosts of prehistoric fish come to life and fill the desert. And then one of them gets eaten by a prehistoric shark. But it's still cool. Prehistoric ghost shark. Yeah. That's just like a cool concept. I think a lot of the ones for Love, Death, and Robots pretty much like, well, they kind of want to be deep, but a lot of them kind of fall into, if two astronauts were on the moon, you know, would that be fucked up or what kind of stories. It's really hard to do something, you know, really profound in a short amount of time, depending on, you know, what kind of stuff you got. Oh, also the one I really liked was the one about the astronaut that's on, like, one of Jupiter's moons. It's a sulfur moon, and, like, their partner gets killed, and they start hallucinating and stuff. Like, that was a neat one. Which I guess kind of falls into if there were two astronauts, and would that be fucked up or what territory. But it actually executed it better than that. Yeah, that was a good one. Also did interesting stuff visually, too. Alright, after I finish this, Chris... Oh, good. I guess it would be fucked up. Yeah, it's like correct. I guess also I just realized I was unintentionally speaking of fear and doing the fear and looks up meme, which is an extremely difficult thing to do. I'm actually really glad that oh, Des playing guitar. Another one. Okay. Let's see. Should I do it now or should I wait after? No, we'll do it now. Then we'll do the break. Okay. I've done quite a few things this one. Chris is like, I've got to break free after my break. Okay, after the break we'll do you have a particular Des in mind? Because I will otherwise just do like the Des design I've kind of been doing lately. Which is her with like curly hair, kind of an undercut on the larger side, wearing you know, plaid and leather kind of stuff. Mishmash of all stuff. My desk design just changes every time. Please give us some kind of desk design soon. Faint Courage desk. Okay. See if I can remember what I did for her design there, because that's an older one. Chris broke out. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Yeah, I mean, it's basically a bubble. They were just, because they were all scrunched up into a fetal position. They were just trying to get a hold of the sword. And then grab that. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like that one. I actually, now that some time has passed, I kind of think I would do different things with the bad thing that happened to Des. The idea is really growing on me. Since I've seen some art of it and seen people talk about it, the idea is really growing on me that the bad thing that happened that she saved Chris from was that they were out on the ice over the lake, and she fell through ice into the dark water and either was recovered and was almost dead and things happened, or she was not recovered. Basically, you can do weird things with that as opposed to like how she vanished or whatever. But I get the feeling that frozen lake was somehow a factor in that. I think that would have been interesting. With stuff like, hey, when Chris first falls into the dark world, they hear like, you know, water gushing. The first move for the night that Chris has is hold breath. I'm like, okay, there's interesting things that we could do with that being how Des disappeared or had a bad thing happen to her. And I was like, hey, also that's like a reference to a Christmas movie that you can kind of pull a comparison between that and It's a Wonderful Life. So, Christmas movie reference. I have seen that. That's an older one. And it could go that way, but I think it could either be that or like she just, like they both fall into the ice and she helps out Chris and then she drowns or is lost in the water or something. But basically, yeah, it could go either way. It kind of depends on what led up to that moment, I'm guessing, if Chris was already mad or something. But I have seen other ones where it goes like that. But the one I can definitely see happening is like, especially if Chris keeps having this sense of, you know, water themselves or drowning in water, then a thing where they both fall into the ice, but Des saves Chris at the cost of herself. And then Chris feels responsible for that. Could be interesting. And again, that's a bit more of a It's a Wonderful Life reference. And then the other way around. I will be right back for one more stretch, etc. Okay. Alright, I will put that on my list to listen to later. Under Ice by Kate Bush. Okay. Also, I am back. Yes, if you have not seen It's a Wonderful Life, which you should, because it is in fact actually a very good movie and becomes more relevant all the time. Like, at the start of it, they're showing, like, George Bailey's life. And, like, one of the first things he does is, like, his little brother Harry falls through thin ice and is drowning, and George saves him, but at the cost of permanent disability. He loses hearing in one ear because of a cold. But he saves his brother's life after falling through ice. And then later, Clarice the angel, when he's showing George, you know, like, you had a wonderful life. Like, one of the things brought up is because George was not there to save Harry Bailey. He drowned after falling through thin ice. Okay. Actually, it kind of gets brought up again because, like, you know, towards the end of the movie, George is, like, contemplating committing suicide and stuff like that. And he's, like, looking about jumping into the frozen river. And then Clarice saves him there by jumping in first. So that then forces George to jump in and save Clarice. Yeah, it's a really good movie. Like, in some ways, it's definitely dated. Especially in terms of, like, where are all the black people, and also, like, you know, kind of sexist at parts. But, you know, keeping in mind this was made in the 50s. Very good, shockingly relevant to nowadays, considering, like, the bad guy is a landlord who's, like, basically monopolizing the entire town and, you know, pricing people out of, like, basic homes and stuff. So if you have not watched It's a Wonderful Life and you only know it from, like, memes and parodies, please actually watch It's a Wonderful Life. It is genuinely a good movie. Also, do it in black and white. The colorization sucks ass. In general, like, please don't colorize black and white movies. They were shot in black and white for a reason. I mean, the reason was they didn't have color available, but also then, like, you know, the lighting is designed to look good for black and white. Not necessarily the case with color. Yeah. I know, I have seen, like, I don't know, it's like a Ted Turner thing where he tried to, like, colorize a bunch of black and white movies. They look really bad. Honestly, another thing I guess I gotta start doing with my desk design is start drawing her with shoes, because it's clear that she was wearing shoes a bunch. She had a whole thing full of shoes. Well, I guess she thought shoes were cool. Good grief, guitars are hard to do. What a weirdo. True. Right, I think her guitar is, like, practically upside down, but hopefully that's okay. Des playing guitar. She's so cool. She got the shoes for Chris? Oh, Chris has quite a fastball, true. It kind of seems like Noelle just, or not Noelle, Des just kind of liked wearing shoes. Like, the rest of her family's all in hooves, and she's like, no, Mom, I want shoes. Shoes are cool. Also, like, if she played a lot of sports, that would probably protect her hooves better than running on them all the time. Chris does have quite a fastball. They have gotten very good at throwing hockey pucks at people. Just like I'm doing baseball. I got 12 pairs in the closet, twerp. Yep, usually the black and white version is, not always, sometimes a different color version is better, but you usually want things black and white. Hello, thank you for coming. So we got about one more half hour left before I must finish. And Chris is mad. They're going. Yeah, Des has so many dang shoes. They all look like the same one. They just went to a tailor and they're like, we need you to make a lot of shoes for hooves. Just like a ton of them, because she's going to go through them very fast, and she did. We have a sale on hoof shoes. Mom, we have to get all of them. You have to make them like ski boots. The way I always imagine like the holiday hooves working is that they're essentially like kind of constantly walking on high heels because of the way their hooves are situated. So yeah, in order to keep them in place, you kind of have to have like extra support, I guess. Kirby's fucking pissed. In this case, Chris. Noelle is on the track team, but there's no indication that she wears shoes. She seems to run just fine with the hooves. When do I expect to release this one? Oh, that's a good question. Again, I want to try and get this one done as soon as I can, because good grief, it's been a while. But I need to work tomorrow on Patreon requests, because it's that time of month. I gotta do my Patreon requests, so I'll see how many of those I can get done. If I am lucky, I'll finish this in a week. If not, it might be 2 weeks. I'm gonna try and do it for 2 weeks. I'm trying to do it finish this in a week, though. Again, the part that's probably taking this a while is just there's a lot of effects I gotta add in. It's friggin' December! The name of the other holiday sister. Ah! Yeah, this one's been taking a while. I'm gonna try it for 1 week. If not, it'll probably do 2 weeks. I will definitely have it done by before I leave for Christmas break, though. I refuse to let this one, take longer than Christmas break. So next week or two, crossing fingers. Exactly, Christmas break. In this case, Chris did get broken a lot. Christmas breaks? I hope it doesn't. Come back in here with other shading later. I'm going to try and finish this Eldritchrune comic in the next 2 weeks. It depends on other things. Again, I got to work on Patreon requests tomorrow, because it's that time again. But, that aside, hopefully be able to do it. I'm trapped in the orb again! The Christmas tree in one of the bubbles. What is the Christmas tree doing there? And that. Get on the bubbles. Mom said it's my turn in the orb. Some days I want to be in the orb. Some days you're like, heck the world, I want to be in the orb. Just like there is not room in the orb. Trees are highly climbable. I like all the implications of like climbable trees in Noelle's house means that like in the past, Chris would be like, oh, a Christmas tree, I'm going to climb it. Just scaling up that like a cat. A little gremlin. Christmas gremlin. Actually, never show Chris the movie Gremlins, because they'll be like, holy crap, that's amazing. life goals. I mean, I can just climb on Christmas stuff and wreck it if you feed me after midnight. That is true. They had to break into Noelle's room because apparently, like, too scared to ask her mom for a key. Carol, you have some problems. Your children are scared of you. That's not great. Exactly. Is that me? Chris seeing Gremlins for the first time. True. Cute like Gizmo on the outside, but watch out. They'll climb you. Chris just sees Christmas decorations and is just like, well, that looks climbable. I'm going to climb up that. Get entangled in the lights, climbing up the tree. Ultimate Christmas gremlin behavior. Des is like, it wasn't me. It was totally her. Hey, Chris, you want to see this great Christmas movie? Exactly. Better than Die Hard. I know people like saying, oh, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I'm like, yeah, Die Hard is great and all, but, okay. Wasn't there some movie they were trying to turn into a Christmas movie recently, and it's like, no, that's not a good fit. Yeah, they're probably better off showing Chris Gremlins rather than Die Hard, since in that Chris is going to be like, it is Christmassy of me to climb to the top of the tallest building and then set it on fire. Yes. It's all clear now. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sure, I'm positive that Chris looked up to Azzy a lot. And, but Des was the one that's like, oh, they're so cool. Because she, is not worried about what people think. She's not, super academically minded. She's like, I do whatever the heck I want. And the kids are always like, that's cool. Because, of course, that's cool when you're a kid. I know. That's real. We don't have confession. But they killed Yoshi. Asriel's such a goober. Yeah, if we have all the knockoff names for the copyright sensitive stuff, what's the knockoff name for Mario? What if Luigi is like the actual main brother in the Mario games, so it's the Luigi games, and Mario is the secondary brother? Chris is free from egg. No more capsulization. Martin and Lewis. They're still New Yorker guys. They're just like not Italian. Luigi instead of Mario. It's Luigi and Mario Luigi. Based off Alicia Moria. That could work. That kind of sounds like a feminine name. Then again, like, what if it was Mario, but a girl? We must save the prince from Bowser. Let's go. It's me, Mario. Come on. Me, Moria. Come on, children. Me, Maria. It's me, Maria. Yeah, Holiday is a last name. That's a normal last name. It is pretty fun, though. Did they have anybody named like Carol or any other Holiday name? Lol, that's funny. Wait a minute, you're the villain in a video game series. You're like, huh? And or the cute lesbian. Beth Holiday. Okay. Nope, Holiday has been a viable last name for a while. I mean, it could just come from the word holiday. Which is in of itself a portmanteau of holy day. Because the first holidays were holy days, as in you are getting the day off because God said so. Stop working for 24 hours and eat a bunch. But also go pray. We all do need a day off. We need like a year off at this point. Ugh. It's actually important for your psychological health and stuff to have days off. They knew it. Kinda like, you busted my egg. Tom Servo, no! I like how we actually had that hint of the gotcha ball machine from the Spamton sweepstakes. And my first thought about when seeing that was like, Tom Servo is in this game? Huh? No, it really was just a gotcha ball machine. Put your points in there. Now we just needed TV's wisecracking crow. What happens if you put type 1225 into this one? There's nowhere to type numbers into it though. Those are just like eggs on his back. But they're also like capsules. It's like both at once. So I don't know what would happen if you put 1225 into this. Maybe then the happy memory hallucinations don't work and you just go to like the Yume Nikki zone until you find the other gumball machine. Are your plans for Des in this spoilery? Some people have already guessed what's happened with Des. I'll admit, probably the stuff happening here with Des is not as cool as it is in canon. But it is mostly more related to like what's going on with Noel. And it will be brought up in the future. Chris can carve the number into him. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, Canon Dust, very cool. I do kind of wish we had gotten a design for Des already so that I could know what to base my human Des off of, but can't be helped. Nope, Chris is pissed. They did not ask to be Bubble. hope we do too. It'd be kind of weird if we went the whole game and like never found out what she looked like. Oh. Like not even in a picture or anything. I mean, I wouldn't be like horribly surprised if, say, we never get a Gaster design, but I would like one. I would like to at least see what he looks like. I don't really want like a boss battle or anything with him. I just want to see what he looks like. Is he the mystery man? Yeah, or both. I guess it then becomes a question of, okay, can she be brought back? Is it doable? Is it a Flowey situation, or can it be fixed? Yeah, I did like the knight's first appearance, even though it like completely took me by surprise, because I was kind of like, oh no, Chris is the knight? Oh, okay, fine. And then just like, whoop, absolutely blindsided. It's like, wait a minute, what's happening? And then I died right away in the first time I did the fight. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Carol's antlers changed color. Okay, I think we're got shading on this one done. Oh, let's pull inside here a bit. I do hope we get a little bit more of something about what Dust looks like, though. I mean, we got some hints of, like, you know, her clothes. So she wears flannel and leather and stuff. She wears shoes. Okay. All action all the time. We'll do tennis shading first. We probably won't finish the whole thing today. Beast attack. Oh, her spray painting her antlers red is interesting. Kind of like dyeing your hair, except, you know, I have antlers, so I can do it to that. You can't spray paint your antlers that, young lady. Why not? They're gonna fall out anyway. They'll just grow back their regular color, Mom. Yeah, Noelle did ninja kick to Tenna. Finished him off. I will show off I think I have it set aside. Do I have it here? Yeah, well, this panel took forever to do, but hopefully that'll look cool when it's all done. Walking on broken glass. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, nice nail polish. Actually, I think I need to erase something right there. It should not be that color. Okay, there we go. Walking on broken glass. Yeah, you can kind of see why this one's going to take a while in terms of effects. There's still, like, a ton of, like, mirror reflection stuff I need to add. And then, like, images in mirrors. And it's going to be an extensive one. Again, going to do my best to get this done in the next week or two. I will do it before I leave for vacation. I'll do it. I'm sad I didn't finish it this week because I gotta start my next episode for work. So, less time. I gotta work on my actual job. Ooh. Okay, no, it doesn't go into her bit. And then I kicked him, sir. Should I, yeah, I got that one. Reindeer kick. I do hope in canon we get Noelle another Dark World soon. Let our girl come back into the party. Stop excluding her. Bad things will happen. I do kind of get the feeling that whenever Susie and Noelle do their festival date, that is when Susie's gonna have to admit, oh yeah, by the way, the Dark Worlds are real. You can't keep that forever. Oh good grief, I totally forgot the... Look at that. Look at that. Look at that mess. Poor Susie's nose! Fill that in. I forgot her nose. Yeah, I don't know how she's going to react to that. Probably depends on how that information is delivered. I imagine she'll be at least a little upset that Susie lied to her about it. But that could be either made better or made worse by the circumstances. Now Chris gets to do the cool Shadow of the Colossus. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Flying death blow. Yes, this is what they get to do. Cool dramatic jumps. And stab them in the head. If you're gonna be stuck in a world of horrors, you should at least get to do cool dramatic death blows. It's allowed and required. Also, they're pretty much like doing finishing blow because the beast already hit him hard with the glass breakage. Exactly. Gotta have your cool finisher move. We're on page 6, yeah. Alright, thanks a bunch for coming. Yeah, I'm probably gonna stop soon for lunch and for the sake of my wrist and all that stuff. But we're on doing the shading for, I guess, 6 out of 9 for this part. So we're making progress. And I'll feel better once the effects are done, because the effects are what's gonna kick my butt a little, I think. I gotta do a lot of them. We'll do our best. Super Smash Chris! Oh yeah, I will definitely be the most relieved when the ending is done. That is the thing that's taken way too long. let's see, where am I in the ending? I think I'm about a third of the way through character roughs, halfway through, like, layouts. But still a lot to do in terms of shading. And we'll probably be working on that next weekend. Is back to stuff for the ending. So at least over this week, I did get roughs done for, I think it was part 8 or 9. Yeah, it was part 9. I got roughs done for part 9 for characters anyway. But unfortunately, I also at some point did the layouts for, like, I think it was part 11, and I'm like, uh-oh, here comes the crowds. Here they come. How much longer until the ending? I don't know. It's going to be a long while. I don't anticipate I'm going to get it done before Chapter 5. I would like to finish it before Chapter 6, but I don't think it'll be before Chapter 5. Yeah, that is the thing, is that drawing just, it takes a very long time. Especially comics, because there's a lot of parts to draw. How do I do that? I don't know. I'm insane. I've been doing it for, like, my whole life. Do I have a schedule? I do work when I can, because I do also have, like, a lot of other things I have to draw. I have to draw for my work. I have Patreon requests. I have Anthrofractal. I have tons of stuff I am always doing. So I just try, and I also have to take care, not to wreck up my wrist too much, because, I can't overwork. Because otherwise, that's a problem. So I just try and, I try my best. If you stop, you die. And if I go too much, I die. So I just try and get at least a little bit of something done every day. Is usually how it goes. So it gets done a tiny little bit at a time. Certainly these streams help. Because then it's like, okay, here's a block of time where I know I can just work on it and talk to people at the same time. So I like doing the streams. And it's fun. I'm not so liable to get distracted by, like, oh, I'll just look at social media a bit. Like, I just work on it. Do I have a break day? Not really, no. You need me to eat you? Chris, no, I'm fine. Also, Susie, you just ate a bunch of minions. You ate like 50 guys. It's like they weren't apple flavored, though. I pretty much only take break days if I'm too busy doing other stuff. Like yesterday, didn't draw at all because I had to do chores. Usually just regular adult life will prevent me from drawing constantly. I gotta do the dishes, or I gotta feed the lizard, or I gotta, do this or that. That is just an appetizer for Susie, true. This is like, no, you may not eat me today. No, stop. He's like, why do you always get to eat them? I never do. He's like, because you're too slow. You snooze, you lose. You snoozy, you losey. I can't believe that you snooze, you lose is like an actual thing they were saying against her in canon. Why are you like that, Snowy? Stop being a jerk. This is why he can't be an Eldritch Beast. Susie would just kill him. She's taking too long. No, Rouse always has to resurrect Chris. Otherwise, that's a problem. I have a contract with that child. I need them. You're taking too long. I still don't know what to do with Eldritchrune Jackenstein. I gotta figure it out at some point. Someday, it'll just come to me in a shower moment or something. I'd be like, perfect. I know what to do. Rank Eldritchrune from most evil to least evil. Like, which parts of Eldritchrune? Oh, I just realized I drew over, I'll say there. Oh, what the heck was that pumpkin? That was scary. Just kidding. Now you are mine. The characters? Oh, Carol's pretty bad in this case, because she was the one that's like, hey, let's start sacrificing children to demons. So, hard to beat Carol on that front. And also, I think I gotta stop now, right before I got to this part with Tenna. Birdly, everyone else. Birdly can be dangerous. Ugh. But yeah, it's my stopping time. I gotta go take care of my wrist and eat a lunch and do many other things. But we got onto page 6, so we're getting there. Big progress, yes. Again, I will keep at it when I can throughout the week. And we'll do more of off on Friday, and then probably work on something from the ending next week. What about Lancer? No, Lancer is the goodest boy. We love us a Lancer. But yes, thank you guys so much for coming. I super appreciate you being here. Thanks for the bits and for the art things and for subscribing. I hope the rest of your day goes well. I'll be back with more in the future. And I will see you all next time. Alrighty, I will see you later. Thank you for coming.